Aloha. So I took a breath and I'll take another breath. And start where I left off on the last one, which is I wanted to I'll leave this video short because it's easy to look around in your surroundings and see the depths of the colonized white privileged mind that is surrounding you. You can look at all the billboards, you can look at every commercial, you can look at your education system, you can look at your politicians, you can look at your police officers, you can look at everything is a double-edged sword. It's a double layer of programming, at least, to keep you in a dormant state of mind and separate. This is the same thing that goes back to the whole idea, the word using the words of minorities when we're not minorities. Blacks and brown people of the planet are not minorities. But when you are trained to think of yourself as a minority, you are instantaneously taken out of your power. You hear these helicopters going around, you're instantly thinking in your head what you're connecting that to what the news is putting out there and saying, oh yeah, well something's going on. It's either the news, it's either somebody got shot, it's either they're chasing somebody that somebody's not, it's not a white person, it's somebody, some minority messing up. Whatever it is, it's a whole program that's out there. Every single dot that is outside. So it's easy. These dots are huge when you go into like San Francisco and heavily populated area where they're like mall type environments, city downtown areas. You can look on the billboards. You can look on internet. You can see these pop-ups. Oh, that's another thing. I'm glad I kind of shifted on right now. So they're shifting right now from right now the news is imploding on itself, is being killed. HBO, the TV, everything is being taken out right now, and what was being moved in right now. So I'm just letting it play. It's a good song anyway, even though it was the last video, don't matter. So you can see how these little sort of things are everywhere around, everywhere you look, because it's been this way for a long time. Since I was a kid, you know, I remember growing up, and when I used to stay home from school, I used to watch like, oh now I remember now, I used to watch like fucking Chips and it's really jacked up. Chips, Night Court, Happy Days, like all these shows, which are just basically, they are only they are of the Caucasoid mentality, and you are supposed to install this into the same reason why all these things are still on TV today. It's to keep that stuff alive. It's to keep that mentality alive. So what that does to the older community is it keeps those people still thinking that this shit is still real. It still keeps the old elders from being elders and just being old people. There's a difference between old people and elders. So the elders are still in that state of mind of hopelessness, and we don't know how we just let go. It's not up to us anymore. It's up to you now. See, that stuff is it's emphasized. It's like triggered even more when you still run all these old shows and you have all these old this old music that's on the radio stations. They still listen to the radio stations. All these these billboards. So the reality is based upon like billboards, and the internet is like the new billboard. So you have the older community who's coming up thinking that they're understanding what's really going on because they're getting involved with the internet and such. But what's really going on is that's just another layer of Happy Days. That's just another internet Yahoo News, Fox News, CNN, all these other like mainstream. That's just another version of Happy Days and Chips and Cheers and Friends and Seinfeld. Why the hell are these shows still on TV? There's a reason for all this stuff. It's because you already know. It's because the white privilege mentality has to be. It needs to be kept up. It needs to be coddled. And subconsciously, we might see and think things are changing because these people are nice and these people are not as racist as they were in the 40s and 50s or anything right now. They might not be openly like that, but some of the older generations that are still alive, they are still just as racist as they were before. And the younger generations might not be open about it, but they might be playing, they are definitely playing an old movie, an old sort of program in, and since things on the outside look differently, that doesn't necessarily mean that the subconscious has changed, and the interactions are different, and the conversations might be different, but the subconscious game is still being triggered and played. So it's until the white race understands its white privilege and understands how deep this goes and how it's still being played out, until that system is understood, until they start demanding, take fucking Seinfeld off of TV, take Friends off of TV, take all these fucking billboards down, take all this other shit, everything that's around that is emphasizing the colonized, white supremacist, white privileged state of mind. All this shit that is up and around our surroundings, that shit needs to be removed. It needs to be understood for what it's doing to people. And the biggest part is like the TV and the radios, because those are just flicker rates that are going straight into your brain, straight into your vibe. And you hear entire conversations get when people are addicted to the television and they have the television on in the background. They don't understand that television is creating a vibration that is making the whatever conversation move to another flow. So it goes from that's where that stuff, it goes up and down, and subconsciously we adjust. So just as how you can hear me adjusting to music on all the other videos, even this one right now, you can see that that's a perfect example. Like, everything that is in your surroundings is affecting you. So these billboards that are up there, they are affecting you. These television shows that might not even be on your TV or whatever are affecting you. Now I'm moving into all that other stuff is known. The new shit that's being pumped out right now is YouTube. YouTube sensations, YouTube personalities. And the code behind that shit is, the people that they are putting out there is the same program. It's the white supremacist mentality, the white privilege mentality. It's these kids, these younger generation people who are okay with how the system is, who are happy about this, and they so-called made it in the scene, but they're being used, and they're being amplified to hide. These nice people are being amplified to hide the privilege that is being manipulated on a deeper level than any of these television shows, than any of these radio stations, than any of these poster billboards that are on TV, because they are getting into the hearts of people. They are getting, you actually like these people, you like this, and the other the gay agenda is being amplified through this whole space. The beating down of the divine feminine, the beating down of the divine masculine, the separation between races, all of this stuff is being activated and triggered on with a smile, with a quick joke, with a quick move, with a catchy tone, with a nice video, with a crazy cool, like whatever kind of perspective on parents and all this other stuff. It's all quick. Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube. Man, fuck that shit. That shit is all set up to subconsciously get you thinking a certain way and keep you in a dormant state of mind, so you separate yourself from going deeper into the system. Why? Because you are okay with how everything is going on, because the person that you like, your new friend on YouTube, your new whatever, every day releasing videos here and there every day, they're okay with it. So as long as they're okay with it, and they're good people, as long as they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Things aren't that bad, but at least they're talking about things. They are slowing down your progress. They are taking your maximum potential and turning you into a Seinfeld TV show, and telling you what you can joke about, what you can think about. They're telling you how you can talk about this and that, and how you can not talk about this and that, with their looking straight into the camera, with their interacting with your emotional body and your spiritual body and your essence. So it's going from the fake, just like how the old school TV shows used to be really fake. You can't even watch them today. Like, man, that shit is ridiculous. Those actors, not only can they not act, but they're just like so fake that the movies aren't even relevant anymore to the people, the fast moving people's mentalities today. So now they get real people in your faces to tell you like, oh yeah, this is okay. The system is not that bad, because people are still making it, and YouTube has become the new sort of like American dream in one version. That's what's happening. It's like, this is what's happening right now. So these billboards are now in your phone. These billboards are in your Pandora. These billboards, all this stuff that you see on TV that you used to see on TV, is being put in these award shows, in these movies. The way everything is just, they went from throwing curveballs and changeups to throwing knuckleballs and sliders, and just like putting tar on the ball and all this other stuff on. I used to play baseball, so this is a perfect example. If you can see, like back in the day when they were pitching to people, they could just strike people out with fastballs and curveballs, and in order to save money, that's what you had to do. But now they got to start throwing sliders and knuckleballs and change-ups, all kinds of shit. They got to put spit on the ball. They'll do anything to keep you in that dormant state of mind. And YouTube sensations and YouTube whatever personalities, they are meant to keep you in that space of privileged happiness that is disconnected from your surroundings, your brother, your sister on the other side of the planet, next door, down the street getting shot at, down the street, getting beat up by the cops, all this other stuff, in these TV shows, these new younger, let me see how much time I got, man. These new younger talk show hosts or whatever, they're meant to, this is why they put them in there, they're meant to make you okay with politics and politicians. So you got Jimmy Fallon's ass on there, Stephen Colbert, and all these other Stephen Colbert's and Jimmy Fallon's on television. It's all the same people. They just the same people throwing the same curveballs and same sliders in different ways at different times of the night to keep you thinking that everything is okay. That everything is just business as usual, and it's gonna be all right because your friend on whatever is okay with it. They're not talking about it, and they might talk about things here and there, and even the way how they speak on their TV shows, they might not speak this way on this way, and then they're there to humanize politics. And a lot of these politicians, definitely might not even be human. They're just straight up robots. Ultimately, they are all robots, because if they're working in there, they're robots. They have given their humanity away to a technological transhumanist sort of mentality to integrate in the technological overtake and separate, just the same way as Christopher Columbus came and the colonial people went everywhere and said, these people are primitive. They need us to give them this technology. The same thing is going to happen. It's happening right now. They're saying anybody who doesn't do any of this stuff, they're primitive. You need to get a microchip in your arm. You need to get you need to be a part of this system. And if you're not, you are over here, and this is the new generation over here. And these YouTube people that are putting on these commercials, they got these ads on YouTube all the time and all this other stuff. They're gonna be the salespeople. They're gonna be the people that are like, oh, you need to do this. Oh, this is okay. Selling these Apple Watches and all this other stuff. Think about that. All this stuff is very integrated. So I'm gonna leave it right there, because